If you're a heat and air technician, what is HVAC basic knowledge and why do you need to know about it? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Sylvan Bell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about you. So I want to talk to you about the order of operations when it comes to HVAC technician knowledge. And this is super importante, super important. So there's a lot of times where brand new techs will come to me and go, hey, Scott, I got into this to learn how to sell, and I just want to sell stuff. I'm like, look, time out. Let's fix your order of operations. First, you need to know how things work, right? Like you can't call a contactor a capacitor. You can't call a capacitor a contactor. There is a certain amount of base knowledge that you need to know how to fix stuff. And like, I get it. You want to make the money. You want to look good in front of everybody else. But if you want to look good long-term, your HVAC basic knowledge starts with your skills, your talents, your capabilities to diagnose, let's take this, clean, diagnose, and then fix systems. Clean, diagnose, and then fix. And so like if you're just getting started and you're like, hey, I'm brand new to the trades, I'm like, awesome, fantastic. Learn how to clean equipment, right? Get really good at taking things apart. Get really good at diagnosing what the issue is next, and then get really good at fixing those issues, whether it's, electrical, whether it's high voltage or low voltage, whether it's refrigerant. Like you do have to have a basic set of skills and knowledge. Like there is a certain amount of the population, and it's like 2%, maybe 2 dudes, 2 chicks out of 100 have the knowledge automatically to look at something and go, I already know how that works, right? There are some very skilled people out there. The bulk majority of the population is not like this, where they're like, hey, I'm brand new to the trades, and oh, I understand how refrigerant charges work. Oh, and I understand high voltage and low voltage electrical. Oh, and I understand contactors. No, I understand inverters. Like, that's not the bulk majority of the population. On a Wednesday on a full moon when somebody stubs their toes getting out of bed, there is that dude or that chick that shows up at the office. They're like, hey, I want a job. And right through the gate, not only can they fix stuff, they can sell it. And this is why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel, which means private coaching, private training, discounted coaching, discounted training, or just really cool stuff that's not here on the social media channels. So if there was like an order of operations for you to get this figured out, please, for your sake of longevity, learn how to clean, learn how to diagnose, learn how to fix. There's 3 things right there. And then worry about like, what's the upsell process? And then worry about what's going on now. You could say, hey, look, I can clean a system, and maybe we could talk about a UV cleaner. That's great. Do it. But remember, do what you were sent to the home or to the building first. And so a lot of times business owners will pull me aside and they're like, Scott, I got this really good dude. I got this really good chick. But here's the problem. They get too excited about the sell and they don't do what they showed up to do. And then I get a phone call later that says, hey, the system wasn't cleaned, and all the guy wanted to do was sell me a UV bulb, or all the guy wanted to do was sell me a hard start or soft start kit, or all they wanted to do was sell, right? You have to put in the foundational work. You do, because like chances are pretty good you're not in that 2 percentile where everything is just automatic. And I'm going to share something with you. The people who are the most gifted from the very beginning are the people that struggle the most when times are tough, because they're not being used to being coached. They're not used to being trained. They're not used to having the conversations. So what do you need to know? Your HVAC basic knowledge. You need to know how to clean equipment. You need to know how to diagnose equipment. You need to know how to fix equipment and not have extra parts left over. Like, I get it. There's shipping screws. I get it. But like when you're looking at the system and you're like, hey, I've got an extra capacitor. Like, no, the manufacturers do not put any extra parts in a system. It's not like they're like, hey, on this schematic, there's all these extra things. You should get really good at reading schematics. Open circuit, closed circuit, capacitance, signal. Like, get your basics down first. You want some HVAC knowledge? Get your basics down first. The money will be there. Like, the difference between knowing and not knowing is like 6 to 12 months. If you're really good, maybe 3. If you're super fantastic, a week. Super fantastic happens once in a million, right? And just like you're probably not going to be that dude or that chick, and that's okay. You got one of 3 things to do from here, just one of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you will get an update. You can hit follow if this is social media, or what would be really cool is if you share this video with a friend and be like, I like this Scott Sylvan Bell dude. He's pretty cool, which is absolutely true. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.